Hello and welcome to Rebel Republic. I am your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. We are the top political show in all of Massachusetts, in all of Rhode Island, in all of Connecticut, New Hampshire, Vermont, Delaware, Maine, New York, especially New Jersey. It doesn't matter. You're either with us or you're against us because this is a revolution. And in revolutions, you have to take sides. And with me, the one man, the only man
I gotta leave.
who is leaving. The voice of reason is leaving to let his okay. He's coming back. The one man who stands up for all of us, for all of you, and he is the voice of reason. It is Frank Cristiano. Right?
Just trying to give sane points.
Well, yes, you give so many sane points, and in a time of such insanity, it's good that you give sane points.
We've created our own insanity.
Yes, we are quite insane, and it's just how it is. It's just how it is. Unfortunately, people just have collectively lost their minds.
Yeah.
And
well, when you get used to getting everything that you want, and all of a sudden someone tells you no.
Well, you can't handle no.
Right.
There is no no.
Right.
That's just how it works. So, unfortunately, that's what's happened, and people don't like being told no.
Really?
It's difficult to not get what you want.
I can't believe that.
It's difficult to not get what you want. Now, there's been a lot going on. Obviously, the big news was our greatest president ever, Mr. President Trump.
George Washington?
No, he's actually not the greatest president.
No.
It would be Donald J. Trump.
Mm-hmm.
He goes over, and I believe it was, he had a long weekend, a lot of travel that went on, but he managed to get hostages released from Hamas, which some people thought was pure impossibility. But as you said, he's a leader who people respect, and he's someone who says what he does and does what he says. And he wanted to end this war. And I think he is going to do so. And getting these hostages back was a critical move.
Yeah, I really don't think Hamas will disarm. I don't know if
they won't.
For an ending of the war. Listen, a lot of the Arab countries do want this over. They actually, I would say,
it would benefit them.
Several Arab countries want the generational hostilities from Jews versus Arabs to cease as well, because financially it does not help them whatsoever.
No, it doesn't help anyone make money. So
continue.
Continue. You made a comment. People support Palestine because there's a great angle to it. The situation involves a government decision by Israel to eradicate Hamas by going into Gaza. And there were some comments. Jews were 2% in 1914, 7% in 1948, were 55%, were given 55% of the land. Truman in 1948 Palestine, W.S.J. Rothschild Balfour, short speeches on YouTube, British in Balfour for war debt, sold Palestine to Rothschild in 1977. The plan was always to push Palestinians out and take over the land and the world. That was his comment.
Yeah, I think he's that's bought into the Kool-Aid.
Yes.
Because bottom line, listen, if you want to wage a holy war, wage it against England. England gave a Jewish state with land that they had from during World War II. It was their possession, and they ended up saying that all Jews could relocate there.
Right.
And they gave them what was, and it is traditionally land claimed by both Arabs and Jews. Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, go back in the history books." Listen, no history book. I feel no history book is totally accurate.
No, the history is told by the winners.
Well, it's not that. I mean, it's just so far back that I don't think anything is totally accurate. But I think both ethnic tribes or people have claims to that land, but unfortunately, it was for the Arabs. It was given to Jews to resettle, and they resettled there. I don't think there was any major plan. Well, maybe there was a major plan after the 3 Arab-Israeli wars. Within 20 years of them having that piece of land. So, bottom line, after a while, you keep getting attacked. Yeah. You may not want any Arabs around you.
No, of course not. Dirk Larson said that you are clearly insane.
Yes.
Said a sane and educated person.
Educated, yes.
Would look at the situation. This was a case of colonialism going wrong again.
Right, colonialism.
That's what he said. He said that you're insane.
Everybody. That is the most overused word right now in the English language. Everything's colonialism.
Okay.
Everything's.
I thought it's colonizing.
I should. Well, basically, it's a derivative of that. But
okay.
Bottom line.
Oh, so you know that you're educated enough.
I don't know. Maybe but bottom line, so my home that sits here right now on this land most likely was an Oneida tribe.
Indians. We took it from them.
Right. We
colonized the Indians.
I should give it back, I think. That makes total sense.
You be that kind?
Yeah, that's all.
I think they give you an award. You get a nice presentation.
Yeah, a couple of trinkets. A peace pipe, and
then where do you go?
Yeah, right. Where do I go? So what it is colonization has been going on since the beginning of time. That's just called progression. It is what it is. It's movement of groups into new areas and either expanding, taking over, or discovering new territories around the world. Unfortunately, everything had been discovered at that point by 1947.
Of course it was, yeah.
So it wasn't a matter of the Jews going, you know what, we're going to take over that land that Britain has given to us. We're going to take it over. The land is already there. The land were Arabs occupying it at that time? Sure, absolutely. Were there some Jews there? Also, probably. But bottom line, it was given to be a Jewish state.
Yes.
For a place of refuge after World War II.
Right.
And that's what it is right now. It's not colonization. Everyone's got to stop with these fancy.
They're buzzwords.
That's all it is. This whole liberal mind thought process that comes from higher education over the last 40 to 50 years.
Education.
Yeah, it's just turned into garbage.
It's
turned into garbage. You know how you know it's turned into garbage? So I got some sort of email from a liberal group. I don't know. I must have followed them.
Oh, that's good.
It's email.
That's nice.
And they're talking to me about there's no King's Day is coming up.
No King's Day.
No King's Day. Yeah, it's in a couple days, I think, or something like that.
That you're saying that we should honor the king?
No. We're all gonna march around the country, around the world,
and
protest, and just protest Donald Trump.
Dictators,
right?
Yeah.
You don't want to. You don't.
Well,
want
Trump's a dictator.
He's a dictator. Yes.
That makes sense,
right? So there's no protest.
So you're taking part.
So no. So I'm reading the email, right? And they're promoting it, and they're saying, so if you're a liberal thought process, you're a Democrat, you're reading it, you're like, okay, yeah, it makes sense. No protest. Then all of a sudden, towards the end, what's going on? So please send $9. They're asking for $9.
Well, I think that's fair.
What's fair?
They need money. They need $9.
What do they need money for? What's this organization need money for?
I was listening to Fox News on the way up here, and they say that they pay protesters.
Sure they do.
So they need the $9 so they can pay the protesters.
Oh, so you're telling me people aren't going out just by the courtesy
of
their heart?
Well, they have to be
and
compensated.
protesting?
They have to be compensated for their time.
Stop this nonsense. You're saying people are getting paid to go out there and protest? Come on. Stop.
Yes.
There's no way. I don't believe it. So when someone starts asking you for money, realize that they don't care about their cause. They care about their money. Okay? So that's what the total difference is on that. It's garbage. We fried our brains by, number one, the people doing the education have fried our brains. And we fried our brains in trying to inhale all this knowledge that is basically very heavily one-sided as to the views of those instructors who want you to believe all that crap.
So Scott T said you are a Zionist propaganda.
Yes.
That's what you're into.
Yes.
So that's what he believes. He said that you're a Zionist and you're just spreading propaganda.
That's what I am, exactly, 100%.
And you must be on the payroll.
I'm Team Jew.
Yeah, he must be on the payroll.
Yes. Oh, the checks are flowing into me. No, what I am is I'm a sane person.
Well, you're the voice of reason.
I'm the voice of reason. I'm a sane person. In looking at this entire conflict, time over time again, I have seen nothing but incursions, attacks, tunnels, car bombs, explosive vests,
yes,
kidnapping, murder, torture by the Arab side. Now, by not all Arabs, but specifically the terrorist groups. The problem I have is this: most, if not all, Arabs back what goes on. They'll in their minds they back it.
Well, because that's
in their speech, they're a little hesitant because they don't want to come out. But in their minds, they're like, "This is great." So if you see the Jews don't want to eliminate all Arabs. They don't.
Maybe just about 50% of them.
No, not even that.
They really don't.
No, they don't. The terrorists, sure. The problem is that Jews have been attacked so many times in the Arab world. They have to assume that every Arab is a terrorist. Every one of them. And that's terrible.
Dangerous.
Well, right. You got to be. Their motto was never again, and they don't want to ever let it happen again, where they get caught off guard and 6 million perish. So I think that is a big factor. You have to realize that Arabs just all in the back of their minds, or whether they say it out loud or whether they join a terrorist group, they really want to eliminate. That is a genocide. That is an ongoing genocide for X amount of years that they want to not just, they don't just want their land back. They want all the Jews dead.
No, they do. They do. There's no compromise.
No.
So we have Joe 865V says Hamas was put into power to justify Israel's ethnic cleanse and to take over Gaza. Israel is the enemy of all of us, he said.
So
that's what he believes. So he thinks you're wrong.
So Israel is really funding Hamas.
Apparently,
right.
I mean, that's just what he believes.
It makes total sense now. Now, if I look at it that way, that makes total sense. But if I look at it that way, I would be considered legally insane.
So he also, there was another comment that people are acting. This is from Matteo Bickelheimer. He says people are acting like October 7th just happened out of nowhere, and that's insane. October 7th was a planned.
Right. It hasn't happened out of nowhere. This has been
okay. So you believe that
every few years?
Yes, they have to.
The Arabs have to attack.
That's just it's on the docket.
And listen,
it's on the docket.
Does Israel send Mossad in for secret killings?
Well, Tyler says they do.
They do. No, they'll send in Mossad for secret executions or kills for gathering of information. Does Israel spy in other Arab countries to be able to find where the leaders of these organizations? Absolutely. Where do you think for the people that want to praise the Hamas terrorists or the Palestinians that backed these terrorists, where are their leaders right now?
Right.
Can someone tell me where their leaders are?
Right.
Would it be in some nice fancy hotels in Qatar?
No.
Yeah, no, they would be in nice fancy hotels in Qatar or Qatar, as they say. But all that tells you is you voted in a bunch of chicken shits. That's what you did. And they're using your people as human shields through the last 2 years of this all-out insanity that's happened in Gaza. So don't start crying about this and that and all that. Know where the blame really lies.
Zoldan had commented, he's, I believe, Israeli. I wouldn't have been holding people in an open air concentration camp in my country, so I don't think I would worry about it. And his remarks to October 7th, 2023.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what he believes.
Like we said, every few years this happens, and it happens coming from one side.
Right.
It's got to stop.
No, it does.
It has to stop. I really think. I mean, I'm not totally optimistic about peace happening across. I mean, maybe within 6 months, a year, you see something else, or you'll see some other terrorist group organize again. But you have to realize, like I said earlier on in the show, a lot of these Arab countries are tired of this.
They are.
It's costing them hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars in losses
and lives.
Okay. Yeah, they don't care about the lives.
Oh, they don't.
No, they don't. They use their own people. They throw their own people into the fire.
Right. Well, because
they're
Islamic, so they're living for
whatever
eternity.
They don't care about their own people. Here's what they care about. All right, so Gaza in this peace deal that's been negotiated, all that will be rebuilt.
Yeah. No, it will.
And in the peace deal, which has been agreed to by
the
Arab countries,
it has.
Who's going to pay for that rebuild?
I believe we are.
No, we're going to probably put in some.
The United Nations.
A little bit. No, United Nations.
No, who's building? Israel?
Saudi Arabia.
Qatar. Well, they have the money.
Right, they do, but they don't like giving up their money.
Well, Saudi Arabia lost billions of dollars on that stupid golf league.
But that's chump change.
It's chump change?
Yes. See,
$200 billion?
Here's the thing. When you go out and you have a fancy dinner, right, and they rape you at the dinner for the amount you have to pay.
With or without lube?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
They rape you. The bill comes to your table, right? And let's say it's just you and your wife, and it's $2,000. Insanity, right?
$2,000?
Yeah, $1,000 a meal.
Well, I wouldn't go to a place that
but you do because you're rich.
Oh, I'm rich.
Right.
Okay.
So now you pay the bill, no problem. You're happy to pay it.
You
know why?
Because
you made the choice to do it. It's your money. You're spending your own money.
Yeah, where I want to.
Now there's some fat slob sitting across the restaurant right there, and him and his loudmouth wife have accumulated another $2,000 bill,
and they're fighting over it.
But they send you the check.
They send it to me.
They send it to you
because I can take care of it.
Because they think you can take care of it.
Again,
it's your money.
They don't want to pay.
But why do you want to give it to them?
Why do I want to give it to them?
Why would Saudi Arabia want to keep shelling out their money? There's no such thing as generous. No. Why would Saudi Arabia want to shell out money to Gaza every 5 years because these lunatics got to go in and create a war?
Miguel Hernandez says.
Hello, Miguel.
Dropping bombs in a highly civilian populated area wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
Murdering children wasn't necessary unless they want to take over for the greater Israel project.
Right.
So he just thought it was.
So Miguel, I want to go back to the statement I made just a minute ago. How they use the Hamas terrorists use their own people, basically who voted them in. I mean, all these people who lived in Gaza, Palestinians, voted for Hamas. They used their own people as shields.
Yeah.
You see, Miguel, I don't know if you've dealt in normal combat. Normal combat.
So Miguel
there's-
you don't think Miguel's been in combat?
I don't know.
If you had
I
to
don't
guess.
know. I mean, well, normally in a war, there's two sides.
Right.
People wear different color uniforms.
Right.
You kind of know where the lines are drawn. You kind of know where the fronts are. You kind of know what's going to happen. Terrorists don't dress normal. They're not visible. They hide it. They dig tunnels. So they're not in trenches or they're not in a buildings. They dig tunnels. They hide under hospitals. They hide in churches, mosques, of course, because if you bomb a mosque, the Jews bombed a holy place of Muslims.
They did.
That
did.
just extends the holy war more.
They did.
So terrorists don't operate on a normal basis.
Well, they're terrorists. That's why they
correct.
I mean,
correct.
That makes perfect
and
sense.
and Israel is going off of it. That they're going off of information from inside sources from people that give them information. I'm sure there were Palestinians that gave information too as to where some of these top leaders of Hamas may be hiding out. So they're working off of a different set of rules in this kind of warfare. It is not normal warfare. Do civilians and children get caught in the crossfire? Absolutely. Is it terrible? It's outrageous. Did the Israelis drop leaflets and do announcements before they were coming into an area?
I said that's what
a lot of times
the United States did during World War II before we dropped the A bomb.
Yeah, did they do it all the time? Obviously not.
No,
but I'm sure in higher
I
populated
still
areas
think
it may have
we
sent
should
it in. No, there has been some thought to it. And listen, a lot of the Israeli leaders and the Israeli public is not happy about the way it's been done too. But there is. Give me a better solution, Miguel. Give me. You got a bunch of terrorists.
All right, Miguel will respond.
Yes, give me a better solution.
So you made the comment that Arabs may hate each other, but there's one thing that unites them, and it's obviously their hatred towards Israel.
Correct.
Edwin Brooks, and he showed his face, and he commented, "Look at these fat American guys talking about things they know nothing about
Correct.
in lands they've never lived in.
Right.
If the Jews are so hated, why do you have Jewish communities in Iran, Yemen, Egypt, etc., that are living just fine amongst these Arab hosts?"
Right.
So he disagreed that the hatred of Jews unites the Arabs because they apparently live peacefully together in Yemen and Iran.
They do, yes.
Yeah.
And they don't call any of the shots. They are dropping the bucket as far as population wise in those countries.
You're talking like what?
They live under
5%?
as Arabs live under some Israeli restrictions in Jerusalem in Israel.
Oh, there's restrictions.
There's restrictions. They're not mad, but there's restrictions.
Oh wow.
As Arabs live with restrictions, Jews live with tons of restrictions in Arab territories. The Jewish numbers are very small in population in those territories as well, as you just mentioned. Also, you have to realize something. Israel is in power in that area, so that enrages Arabs.
So they have to be careful.
Israel itself is sitting on Holy Land, so Arab Holy Land as well. That enrages Arabs as well. So yes, if you interview the average Arab citizen, I can pull some up if you want them. Some average Arab citizens on the street, they will say there's no other solution but to remove the Jews from Palestine, not Israel, and they'd like to have them all eradicated and killed.
And do you have any comment to us being called fat Americans?
He's not off on that. I mean,
I don't think so.
Well,
so the other big news was Erica Kirk. She honored her late husband Charlie in a emotional White House tribute.
Yeah.
A free man made fully free. And at the White House ceremony on the Rose Garden, which would have been his 32nd birthday, Erica Kirk accepted the Presidential Medal of Freedom on behalf of Charlie Kirk. And she delivered a powerful, deeply personal tribute to his life and legacy. And I have just been so impressed with Erica Kirk. She has shown so much poise, so much grace, so much really toughness and grit during this difficult time. I mean, she could be forced into depression and hiding somewhere. She's out in the public and she's working to continue his legacy. And she's done nothing more. I mean, she's out there, she's visible.
Yeah.
She's not slowing down. She wants to do this for him.
It's a multi-million-dollar operation they run.
I get that. I know that they can't just throw it in the dumpster.
They're not going to throw it in the dumpster.
I mean, she really got no time to mourn her husband. I mean, it happened. And she's I just give her a lot of credit for how hard she's worked.
She's been good. She's been a good face of that group,
turning point.
The organization. As a wife, she's been a good. I mean, that's what she has to take on now is totally unexpected.
I
think in some way they almost expected something like this to happen either now or down the road.
You're saying that they had discussions and Charlie Kirk
Charlie always
explained like I'm going to get shot.
Charlie expected that without a doubt. Charlie expected
really
absolutely.
He said someone's going to take me out.
Absolutely. At some point someone will do something to try to silence him. That's factual.
Wow, that's powerful.
But it's just
it's powerful that he.
It's a tough situation. It's a tough situation because even going online today, people were posting on Facebook, "Happy Charlie Kirk birthday."
Yeah,
Charlie Kirk Day. And then other people, even people that I know, would come in and chime in and go, "He was a right-wing religious nut, hated people, everything, so
all that."
And I think that's stretching the truth a lot. I do think that he loved putting up his point of view and defending his point of view.
Yeah, but he never mistreated people. That's my point.
Correct.
You're allowed to have a thought.
Right.
You're allowed to have independent thought and a view.
But what many are saying is his thoughts are leading to bad thoughts and actions to other people.
But it's not. It's leading to change your thinking.
Correct. Did you either change your thinking or reinforce it?
But he's never called for action. He's never called for let's attack gays. Let's attack people who believe in abortion.
Right.
He never says that.
No, not that. But he says that it's either a sin or it's immoral.
But he can say that. That's why we have the First Amendment.
And that's what the problem is that we're
so we don't have the First Amendment.
We're losing that right. Our own citizens are making us lose that right. Then the government is not making us lose that right.
Our own citizens are making us lose the right to free speech.
Correct.
Now,
think about it for a second. What am I trying to say?
I know what you're trying to say. But my question is, so do you believe that the people who went on and posted after Charlie Kirk's murder negative comments got fired from their jobs or dismissed from their jobs because they posted on social media?
Yes.
Do you believe they should have been?
They should have been fired? I don't think so.
I don't either.
I don't think so. I think that is a stretch too far. But that's called doxing in a way, and that's what happened in the past.
That's not doxing.
It is. It's opening up information. On
doxing is finding people's information. It's like telling someone who a grand juror is.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what they're doing. They're calling people out right now. They're saying so-and-so at 36 Mill Avenue said that Charlie Kirk should be dead.
Oh, well, I didn't know they were doing that.
That's what they're doing when they're saying, I'm glad he's dead. I'm happy he's dead. You're putting it out. And so
you're doxing yourself.
One by one, Republicans or conservatives were putting these people's faces and names online.
And they were.
And then that's how they're getting companies are stepping in.
Companies like, we can't have you come to work.
Right. So I think that's a little too far. But my thing is, if you went online and you actually celebrated someone getting killed, unless the guy was a child molester, mass murderer. But see, they consider Charlie Kirk a mass murderer. But they consider his thoughts.
But he's never murdered anyone.
I know that. But
does he have the mind control to murder someone?
The liberal mind. See, Republicans need to see factual things in front of them. Okay. And granted, you know what? This whole science thing, that's a little different. But liberals just need to see, they don't need to see anything. They just need to imply it. and it becomes reality.
So like the transgender thing,
It's just
like transgenders can exist because it's
well, that's what I'm saying. Free speech is leaving us right now because half of America is forcing us not to speak freely.
Well, we can't talk about transgenders.
You can't talk about anything.
Yeah.
Anything that
You can't
offends
have a view of
anything that offends anyone, okay,
Yes.
is going to
Well,
be
you're not allowed to offend.
is going
I don't want you to offend.
is
me.
going to be publicly shamed, is going to be shamed by members of your family if they don't
Yeah.
agree with you,
Right.
is going to be
And that happens.
denounced at your workforce. Anything that you say that does not fit in line with someone's likes. See, conservatives don't do that to a way. Granted, if you said Charlie Kirk, happy he's dead, okay, that ruffled some feathers. But bottom line, if you say that,
But you offend me all the time. You say I'm gay.
I'm only telling the truth. Remember, I'm the voice of reason.
Because it's truthful.
I'm the voice of reason.
Even though I'm offended,
even
if it's the truth, but I'm offended.
But see, to me,
doesn't that count?
I don't care.
Oh, you don't care?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that's just it.
Oh,
but people,
okay.
so you own a business, you can't say certain things publicly.
You own a business.
I know that. I don't go and post political posts.
So what if the people of New Hartford said that you're shaming me for being homosexual, and they come?
I'm not shaming you though. I'm telling the truth.
Well, you say I like certain things up certain places.
I didn't say anything. That's you. You every week you bring it up. You have some kind of fetish with that. That's okay. But I don't want to talk about that right now. I want to talk about political things right now.
Okay, all right.
And what I'm trying to say is that they scare the left.
Right.
Scare tactics people into not speaking.
They don't. No, they don't.
Because
they are
afraid.
And
they attack. So to me, that is fascist. That is a curbing of free speech. Not that I can't, wave a flag out front of the house. Those things of intimidating people to not speak with how they feel. That's against the First Amendment.
So the other crazy news was the Texas National Guard.
Yeah.
Removed the members were removed from their 60-day Illinois deployment for failing mission requirements. 7 service members failed to meet mission requirements during pre-deployment the pre-deployment validation process. So, the Texas Military Department confirmed that it had to replace 7 National Guard members who were deployed, obviously, to Illinois amid the civil unrest, citing service members' failure to meet mission requirements. And this goes back to, obviously, stopping the attacks and the violence that were going on against ICE agents, the attacks that were going on in general in Chicago and throughout Illinois, which was the whole reason the National Guard was deployed. The mayor making the ICE-free protection zones that people could stand in. It's like freeze tag. You can't get me. I'm right here. And, that was crazy to me that they had to send 7 people home. And it was during they actually do a pre-mission validation process.
Well, is it due to medical requirements? Is it due to family status? Is it due to not enough weekends trained?
No, it was due to their obvious political stance. They did not agree that the combat roles were necessary.
Also, the conscientious objectors.
Yeah, they were against what they were being sent in to do.
I gotcha.
So that to me is that's pretty big news that the National Guard from Texas, 7 members, took a stand and said, "I'm not doing this. I think ICE is wrong."
And they won't be there as National Guardsmen anymore, and there'll be 7 new ones brought in.
That's what happened.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can listen when you're part of a federal agency. Basically, the National Guard is part of the military. You're going to obey orders. If you don't obey orders, and I mean, people are saying they're brave for standing up and saying it, but they're not being asked to go in and harm anyone. They're being asked to go in and protect people.
They're trying to protect ICE,
Right.
the ICE agents.
So, and if you don't approve of what ICE is doing, take it up with the federal government. Take it up with border security. Take it up with town home and send. But you to step away and not be able to fulfill your duties as a military personnel, then you're lacking something, and they're going to replace you. I don't blame that.
So we got asked about the government shutdown. It doesn't seem to be coming any close to ending. And Trump apparently blasted our good friend Chuck Schumer as the Democrats again blocked the GOP effort to reopen the government. And, you know, the long weekend away from Washington, D.C. Didn't really do much to change anything. They had tried to resolve it. They had a vote, and for the 8th time Tuesday, the government or the Senate or whoever, the Democrats prevented the vote from going through. And now the beginning of mass firings promised by the Trump administration and the Office of Management and Budget Director Ross Voigt over the weekend also failed to sway Senate Democrats led by Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. One pressure point was alleviated for both sides, however, with President Trump's directive to move more money around at the Pentagon to pay military service members. They're going to get their paychecks due October 15th. However, the clear sticking point with the Democrats has been, and they will not move off this, healthcare.
Sure.
Healthcare is preventing this. And you said days before this even started that Chuck Schumer could not cave because had he caved, he would not win re-election, and he did last time, and it was weakness. Do you think that there's anything that's going to satisfy Chuck Schumer or satisfy the Democrats to let this vote pass besides the $3 trillion that's going to have to be spent on healthcare?
Yeah, I don't think anything will be resolved. I mean, I assume
Well, it has to.
I assume
How you can't have the government shut down for months?
Sure, they can.
They can.
Listen, they can do whatever they want to do to make their point. They're making a point. That's it. Is it healthcare or is it really something else? So let me tell you what else is in that bill. Let's tell you what else they want besides saving your healthcare.
Well, I mean, the main thing it says is Obamacare subsidies before November 1st, the open enrollment day.
And let me tell you what Mike Johnson came out today and talked about as far as what's in the Democratic agreement.
Oh,
which
right,
the Republicans
yes, right.
So you got about $5 billion in subsidies. $5 billion going to almost 25 million going to climate resistance, climate resilience in Honduras.
Well, that's important.
Yeah,
I mean, we got to take care of that.
Over 13 million going to civic engagement in Zimbabwe.
Well, they don't know about civic engagement.
You got almost $4 million to LGBTQ plus.
I think that's very important. We don't understand LGBTQ.
Democracy grants in the Balkans.
The Balkans need to understand democracy.
$3 million to desert locust reduction in Africa.
Well, apparently there's a lot of locusts in the desert,
and that has to do with us.
Oh well, I mean, they could migrate over here on the ships,
or maybe, Steve, this is just money that's going to go to NGOs. And will get lost through third-party channels and end up in the pockets.
Well, that's kind of how things happen.
Right.
They create these projects, and they never really happen.
Right. Non-government organizations are right. So we just saw what Doge found. Going out, and now they want to put
that. It's basically creating the same program Doge cut.
My feeling right now is, with this being released as far as tied into this government bill it's for CR, right? With this coming out as to what now why they didn't announce this before, I don't know. Maybe they were keeping
I'm sure they didn't want it
right
made public.
right. Well, why the Republicans didn't announce this earlier?
They should have. Yes, they should have.
This to me is the beginning of the death of the Democratic Party. It is the death of the Democratic Party.
That's going a little too
far.
No. You can't kill the Democratic Party.
Oh, you can. You could. The Democratic.
You're saying the Democratic Party is going to cease to exist.
The current Democratic Party will cease to exist in its format.
I could agree.
In turn, will become the Liberal Party. It'll become.
It's just going to be straight liberal.
Right. There's not going to be.
It's going to be the Communist Party.
It's going exactly. Exactly. No, I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen after this gets out as to what they want. They always get. And here's.
Why do they want all this money? That's what I don't understand. They don't have enough. They just want to keep more.
Steve, I don't know. I don't understand what any of this money listed. It's almost $5 billion total.
Billion. Yeah, billion
has anything to do with our government.
No, it has zero to do with
it has nothing to do with our country.
We're not helping our people at all.
Right.
And none of it is.
And that's where I'm saying the end of that party is going to happen right now. People are just going to look at it and say, this is insane. What are we doing?
So, and then Trump made a comment that was inflammatory. He is not going to cave on Senate Democrats' demands. And he basically attacked Chuck Schumer. He goes, I don't want to bore you with the fact that Schumer said 100 times, you should never close our government. That's Chuck Schumer's words, Trump told reporters.
Right.
But Schumer is a weakened politician.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to finish his career as a failed politician.
Sure.
Let me say that again. As a failed politician, he's allowed the radical left to take over the Democratic Party, just as you said. So he believes that the minority leader, Chuck Schumer, who is 112 years old and has managed to stay in power, God, it's been 30 years, right? There's more, 40 years.
There's a whole group of them that've been there 30 to 40
years. But I've never liked Chuck Schumer, and he's irritated me. Democrats like to whine that Republicans aren't negotiating. But negotiation, Mr. President, is what you do when each side has a list of demands and you need to meet in the middle. And this was said by the majority leader, John Thune, I believe.
So just agree to $2 million for Zimbabwe.
He's a Zimbabwe.
Just $2 million. Just ahead of $4. Give him $2. Meet in the middle.
He said Republicans, as I and a lot of other people pointed out, haven't put forward any demands. Only Democrats have made, like, let's draw a line in the sand, and these are our demands. And they're the only ones that have done that. And what Thune is basically saying is this is not a negotiation. They're trying to obviously hold this country hostage.
It's their show
by using the government shutdown.
It's their line in the sand.
Yeah, it is.
They've lost too many battles.
It's harming Americans every day.
It's been 9 months. They've lost too many battles. This is their line in the sand. So they'll live with this or they'll die with this. Bottom line, they'll live with it because so many people are so fickle out in our country that support this crap. I'm not saying you got to always agree and vote on one side and push it, but I'm saying right now they're gonna negotiate again. They have until the first of the
year. They don't have a choice.
Right. They want to sit down and talk about it, but they can't sit down and talk about it because you can't extend it.
How can you negotiate if one side is unwilling to negotiate? They're saying this is what we want. If we don't get it done, we're not agreeing.
But my thing is,
it's going to come to
both sides. Both sides should have had this done months ago.
Well, we've talked about.
They should have had it done. Both sides are guilty. Both sides are guilty.
I don't think both sides are guilty. I think that the Democrats have been unwilling to do anything productive. They just want to cause chaos. They just want to make Trump look bad.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
They just want to do anything they can to embarrass.
But and it is true in a way, because
They don't care about this
with only
country.
2 weeks left to go before that initial vote that got turned down, Democrats had never come to meet Republicans to talk about anything in this budget.
No, they don't.
So-
They're mortal enemies.
Yeah. So bottom line, hey, listen, let it go. Let it fail.
But okay, so hypothetically,
Yeah.
the government stays shut down until March.
Sure.
What happens? How do we function as a country?
Well, you'll have.
What will we end up losing?
I mean, if you're talking all the way to March,
I'm talking like airport security
5
going to
months.
be gone.
5 months.
Is
No.
the FBI going to be gone.
no, certain. I don't know.
And they work without paychecks. Like how?
They would work without paychecks. That's the problem. They would be forced. Then you would have to see banks, companies give leniency to people that aren't earning a paycheck. So let's say you have a mortgage to pay. I could see the banks renegotiating and saying, "Okay, listen."
So they will try to work with you.
I would see that without a doubt, especially for military personnel, FAA, a lot of the agencies that have to stay open and need those federal workers there. I could definitely see their financial woes being somehow negotiated and worked out until their paychecks come in, and they're going to get all retro pay. You know, they're going to get back. So they'll be able. No, they would. No, there's no legend. They get paid, and so they'll get all their back pay. So they'll be able to pay their bills then.
But if let's say that you were one of these government employees and you're told, Frank, we're going to retro pay you. You're going to be just fine. Would you be able to function for the next 4 months or 5 months without a paycheck?
I would have to do something.
Exactly.
What am I going to do? No, I would have to. I got to go to work, unless I don't want that job anymore.
No, I know you have to go to work, but like even your employees. How would you explain it to them?
Maybe I got to go to the bank and borrow money.
You'd have to take out another loan.
Maybe I have to leverage something that I own that's free and clear and borrow some, and the banks would be understanding. I'm sure
that's the only way it can be done.
I'm sure what are those military unions, the credit unions?
Yeah.
I always see the Rob Gronkowski.
The commercial.
Yeah.
AAR,
whatever it is. Yeah. So
Yeah,
you've got federal credit unions that support the military. Maybe they would come out with interest-free loans or short-term loans for government personnel that are having a hard time.
But realistically, that's what would have to be done, right, for them to survive.
Oh yeah, but realistically, what needs to be done? Well, you know what? If they don't get it done, then you vote everybody out. Yeah, at the next
election,
in the 2026 at the midterm elections,
right?
You vote Republicans and Democrats out. That's all.
You vote them both out.
Both out. Everybody. Nobody got anything done. You both suck.
So anyone who's up for re-election, you just vote for the independent.
I vote for the next. I vote for the next choice. Whatever.
Or the Tea Party guy.
I vote for the next choice.
Okay.
Give me the next guy up. It's like the NFL.
Football.
It's like the NFL. Yeah, you're injured. Get the next guy up.
The other news was the Democrats also have threatened to see the Trump team in court over illegal firings as a shutdown battle escalates. Basically, congressional Democrats from Maryland and Virginia warned on Tuesday that they would sue over the administration's planned firings and threats of no back pay for furloughed workers. That's why I said, like, there's guarantee.
There's a guarantee. It's written into the government's.
Trump has been using it as a pressure point, and that's what it says.
Listen, what has Trump said over the years? That he's thrown stuff out every week. He throws something out.
No, he doesn't. You're right. He
does it. It's just distraction.
It's just to irritate people.
That's all it is.
So again, both have used as pressure points by the White House to get Senate Democrats to budge from their dug-in position and vote to reopen the government. But until last week, no direct action had been taken. Late last month, the OMB circulated a memo that there would be reductions in force beyond the typical furloughs during a government shutdown. And it's remained a threat until last week when OMB Director Russ Vought announced on X, the 10th day of the shutdown, the RIFs have begun. So flash forward to now, Senate Democrats from Maryland, Virginia, homes to tens of thousands of federal employees are not caving, and they plan to go to court to settle this. Because now the other, actually, we just got a question. Can the judicial system weigh in and stop a government shutdown? They don't have that power.
I don't think so. I don't think
they do.
There's not a
no
ruling on this, right? There's no ruling on this.
Like they can't say that you have to reopen.
Yeah.
When there's no agreement, or I mean, could they force them to reopen under the new rule and the same rules until they come to an agreement?
No, I don't think so. I really don't think so.
No.
It's a great question. That's a great question. I don't think so.
That was a great question.
Yeah.
Do you type people we get?
They have no precedence on any of that.
If they're not calling us fat and stupid, they ask us questions.
It's all right. Listen,
so
First Amendment, they can say what they want.
They can say what they want. They can, and that's why I can say Blumpkins. So again, people want your thoughts on the situation in Chicago right now, again, with the National Guard going in. Basically, they're not removing necessarily the illegals. They're trying to protect ICE. And ICE has had fences torn down, bottles thrown at them, and it's getting pretty chaotic. People feel the National Guard's presence there has heightened people's nervousness.
Heighten the paid protesters group.
The paid protesters group.
Tightened it.
Well, I mean, is this ever going to end? Like some people believe Donald Trump is doing this again because he is just a jackass and wants to pick on the mayor of Chicago because he doesn't agree with him. And he's like, I'm going to remove every illegal in your city, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Talk to the people in D.C. Talk to the people in Memphis.
Yeah.
The feds have been in Memphis. Yeah, National Guard and feds have been in Memphis for almost 3 weeks now. And
really?
Yeah. And there's viral interviews going around of regular citizens that they've been interviewed. They said, you know what, my kids can go out and play now. I don't have to worry about it. There's no gunfire.
There's
it's a safer environment. Everyone who is a young thug is basically under covers right now. They're not coming
right. They're underground. They're in the sewers like the Ninja Turtles.
So talk to those people that have to see. Everyone's got an opinion, including myself in a way. But I mean, I've been to Memphis.
Well, do we have illegals here?
What's that?
Do we have illegals?
Yes. Of course.
Oh, we do.
Yes. I've been to Memphis. I've been to DC. I've been and I mean, people that haven't even been there, they're all like, "Oh, this is crap. How can you do that?" Talk to the people that are lifelong citizens and
have had to put up with it
in the more desperate areas of those cities and have to put up with gunfire, gang violence, theft, attacks. I bet you most of those are pretty happy right now. What's happening in those two cities? So you know what? It's almost like a movie. You could just say, the Trump Guard coming to a city near you.
The Trump Guard. Do you think you could write a screenplay for that?
Oh my God, yes. We could make millions.
All right. So finally, we had a avid viewer who wanted your thoughts on this. I just looked it up, and I'm shocked to hear it. Our favorite New York City mayoral candidate, Mr. Zohran Mamdani, his campaign took in foreign cash, raising compliance questions.
Yeah.
I did not know this. New York City's leading mayoral candidate, Mamdani, raised nearly $13,000 from donors with addresses outside the United States, raising questions about campaign compliance and transparency. And as of October 3rd, at least 170 of the nearly 54,000 contributions to Mamdani's campaign may violate campaign finance rules, as only U.S. citizens are permanent legal residents are permitted to contribute to American political campaigns.
You mean that
candidates are expected to return a legal donation?
That Arabic goat herder in Afghanistan is going to get his $5 donation back to Mamdani?
Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, it's $13,000. It's 170 people. Like, why are they making it big? I mean, the person who sent this in is very upset
because $13,000 could turn into $13 million real easy. It doesn't.
Yeah, but for campaign finance, you're saying it can?
Yeah, well, sure. In other words, they don't want international influence in American elections. Overseas campaign cash put to an election is international interference.
Right.
It's influence.
Right.
And the government doesn't want that. That's why that's illegal to do.
Right. No, I get that. I get that. But now he's this person, Chuck DeLawrence, he is upset because I've stated several times that I believe in Mamdani and I'm going to go vote for him. And you said you support him as well and you hope he wins.
Wait. Don't throw words in my mouth.
You have said you hope he wins.
I
don't support him.
You hope he wins. I hope he wins
to teach people a lesson.
Well, I want to see this theory worked out. I want to see
it. I want to see it works out.
I want to see the operation in taking place. I want to see it actually trying to function. I want to see it to try to function. And if it does function, and in 5 years,
you mean with the grocery stores and the free transportation,
the money,
the housing,
the higher taxes for millionaires?
Well, yeah, let's tax the rich. I agree with that.
Freezing rents, free
buses, free transportation,
daycare, and you know they're going to once they get in, they're going to going to defund the police. More money is going to be.
Well, no, it's called restorative justice.
It doesn't matter. The more money will be defunded from the police.
They're going to have social workers.
You will have worse city facilities and function and services available in the city because they're going to have to trim down on those jobs because the payroll is going to be immense as to what they're trying to cut from every other department. So bottom line, you're going to see services decrease. You're going to see people move out of the city. Okay, you're going to see landlords.
That's the other thing he asked. What do you think the reduction in the percentage? If you could put a percentage on it,
yeah.
Mamdani's elected. What percentage of New Yorkers do you think leave the city? That was his other question.
It's a small percentage.
So you think it could be like between 2%, 3%,
but it would be a big percentage of the money. It could be.
Because it'll be the wealthy.
Less than 1%. You can't. Not even that much. There's 12 million, maybe 20, 30,000.
But it's the richest ones that'll leave.
It's the people with all the money. So maybe it's only 0.05% of the population, but maybe it's 15 to 20% of the wealth.
Okay. And then also he wanted me to know that there was a review of some of the donors. One of the donors gave $500, and it was Mamdani's mother-in-law from Dubai. She gave $500.
It's part of the overseas stuff.
And it had to be refunded.
Right.
So he clearly had. Let me ask you this: okay, that's a stupid question. Why would he have a lot of support overseas? Because they want an Islamic mayor.
Yeah, they want a Muslim mayor, man.
Yeah. So now he also
they'll have the call to prayer in a couple of years.
Yeah, you put the music on, they're gonna pray 7 times a day.
No more church bells ringing.
Allah Akbar.
Oh, no, that's God is great.
But God is great.
Well, yeah, but they're gonna play the call to prayer 5 times a day, and you're going to see laws being tweaked over time. It'll turn to how how the state of Minnesota has been with,
Right.
St. Paul.
Right.
You're going to see shifts in political influence, political setting, political law. You're going to see shifts in that. You're going to see the laws change more towards an Arabic friendly or Muslim friendly atmosphere. You're just going to. It's a slow change. It's a subtle change. It sneaks up on you really quiet in the night, and the next thing you know, you got some women walking around with shawls, headgear all the time. So they can't go out. They can't. And then they're talking about how the Muslims are fair and equal people. Come on.
I also wanted to alert you, Tyler King. He is going to Vegas on a fight card Friday night.
Nice. This Friday.
It's going to be on pay-per-view with Mark Coleman's on it.
Mark Coleman is not fighting.
Yes.
Mark Coleman is like 50 years old.
He's fighting on it. But apparently they're fighting midgets. But Tyler wanted us to.
Come on.
No, he sent it to me.
They're fighting midgets.
Yeah, I don't.
No.
I don't have it, but it's on pay-per-view, and we have to watch it.
I'll be able to find it.
We have to watch it because it's going to be the greatest thing ever. So, I mean, this person is obviously, he's angry about Mamdani.
Yeah.
He wants to know if there's any recourse
There's
to
nothing you
stopping
can do.
him.
There's nothing you can do right now. Even if you combined Cuomo and
The other guy.
Give him his Sliwa. Give him his due day, because he's actually he has always been a lover of New York City. Obviously,
Right.
in New York City. He would walk the streets to secure New York City with the guardian angels. I mean, you got to understand, this guy really bleeds New York, and you know, if you're a conservative, that's your guy. Cuomo's just the middleman, but even if you add those two together, Sliwa and Cuomo's numbers, they don't add up to what Mamdani's pulling right now. He's pulling like 40, almost 49%.
That's what I was debating my uncle about. My uncle Tom.
Yeah.
He's not. He's a real Uncle Tom, not the racial one.
Right.
So basically, he believes that the guy you talked about needs to drop out to prevent hell from freezing over and Mamdani winning.
That's fine. Sliwa can drop out.
Do you believe
maybe
that?
the votes go to Cuomo, but it's not enough. Who knows? Listen, anything can happen. Anything can happen in the voting.
Right.
But there's such a groundswell. All right, here's the whole layout of New York City.
Right.
A ton of young people live in New York City. Okay. In the boroughs.
Yes.
In the boroughs. Okay. A ton of young people. And these young people can't afford living in those boroughs. Okay.
No, they can't.
They can't afford it. There's no money to be saved. They're living paycheck to paycheck. They can't go out and experience what the rich upper class people are experiencing in New York City. That kind of nightlife, that kind of feel. So bottom line, they're dissatisfied. Along comes a guy who's their age, who speaks their talk, and who promises every one of those kids, young adults, what they want to hear.
Yeah, they tell them what they want to hear.
It's an easy fit, and he's charismatic. The camera loves him. He has tons of outside support in this country as far as monetary. A lot of the large Democratic donors and people that try to influence elections have sent him probably millions of dollars to be able to do what he's doing. So, you know, he's got everything is rolling the right way. My thing is, I want to see it implemented. I want to see how this stuff is really going to work, because you know what? It can't.
It can't. No,
Yeah.
I agree. So, unfortunately, chances are Mamdani's going to win. Again, you know, congratulations to Charlie Kirk and his wife for winning the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Well, they didn't win it. I mean, they were just awarded it.
They were awarded. Well, you have to win it.
No, you don't win it.
You're awarded it, but
it's not
you're
like
awarded
it's
it
not
for a
like
reason.
yeah, but you don't win. You don't like, hey.
So you're saying he could choose me
you get-
to have the
if-
Presidential Medal of Freedom?
He would award it to you.
He would award it to me.
If you did something outstanding. I don't know what that would be. Right.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, again, congratulations on being awarded
There you
the
go.
Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Yeah.
We have, Israel and Hamas were slowly closing the lines and hopefully getting to
Listen,
peace at some point.
what a great time!
The
though.
hostages
What a
being
great
released.
what a
was
great
incredible.
time for those families. What a
Oh
great
my
time for
God,
those
it
families.
was amazing.
Even the ones, at least they got their
They got
sons
their
or daughters
remains back,
remains.
yes.
I mean,
Oh,
there is
it
some
was.
closure. What a great time for that country to be able to actually have people that do back them, support them. And listen, on the Palestinian side and the Hamas side, they have, hopefully they weren't all terrorists that were released from prison. I know
Well, I'm sure they were.
a couple thousand were released. That's a great trade. Give me 20, you get 2,000.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's always like
But
that.
it's something.
So-
and it's good. They're
so-
Americans.
so,
Americans have more value.
So step one, I mean, the president went to Egypt and
My father could not believe the energy that this man had. He traveled all weekend to
Yeah.
get this done.
yeah, and
He's 70 something years old and he's a warrior.
yeah, but and when you look back at the last 4 years of Biden, you just have to laugh at how effing bad were those 4 years with that guy.
Well, how stupid were people to vote for him? That's what I get. I blame it on them.
They had no.
You're
choice.
stupid. They had no choice.
They had no choice
Because they voted based on emotion instead of voting with their brain.
Exactly.
They voted because I don't like this man personally, so I'm
That's
voting for the idiot.
That's what 90% of the people do. They
Yeah,
vote on
but
emotion.
they're not going to have successful lives
That's
if they can't be objective
and
and
that's
have
why-
the perspective.
and that's why they're belly aching in life. They're belly aching in life because
Yes.
they're not successful.
And they
because
want
they make the
checks.
wrong choices.
Yes.
That's all. But
I want my check.
yeah, but I think hopefully now step 2 is coming in now.
Right.
Hopefully the progress is there. Hopefully the Arab nations squeeze Hamas and make them.
They're
understand that-
starting to come around to it. I mean, they're not putting up with it.
How about the
anymore.
leaders of Hamas that are in Qatar?
What do you mean Qatar?
Qatar. It's Qatar.
It's Qatar. Who
Who
calls it Qatar?
Qatar? A lot of people pronounce it Qatar.
Oh well, I'm not pronouncing it Qatar.
So how about the leaders of Hamas that are there who have hundreds of millions of dollars in their
They
accounts?
do.
Oh yeah, they own businesses in Qatar. Or Qatar.
In Qatar?
Yeah, they own businesses.
Oh, so they're wealthy Hamas people.
Oh, listen.
Good for them.
Any money that was given to Gaza
Right.
to better Gaza was getting, I forget how many billions a year.
So the Gaza people who were starving and all that, the Hamas people, Hamas didn't take care of
They
it.
would take the money, put a little bit into the people, and take the rest and put it in their own bank account.
Well, that's smart on their
And-
part. I mean, that's
yeah.
how they build wealth.
And those
They have generational wealth.
those are the kind of leaders you want. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the kind of leaders you want. So, they have businesses in those Arab countries, so they will get squeezed. The Arabs, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, they could squeeze these Hamas leaders into giving them, and that way you will keep your wealth and you will keep your businesses
Right.
running, and
Right.
will let you thrive.
Right.
And so the 5, 6, 8, 10 people that are the higher ups will be okay. And meanwhile, we just ship
Everyone
on
else is just
2 million people.
Yeah,
in
and
that area.
but I think that's smart because it makes them angrier, and then they want to kill Israelis.
Right. That's right. And the Jews. That's the Jews.
That's what they do.
That's the
That's
Jews.
smart.
Yeah.
That's smart. And again, there's so much going on. It's great, and we are happy that ICE is doing their job, and it's too bad the 7 National Guard people disagreed with them. But otherwise, a pretty good week. We're making progress.
Yeah.
Now, the main question several people asked: can you anticipate? Can you give a prediction of a date or a drop dead date when the government shutdown will end? If I had it done and I put it to your head.
I was convinced it was going to be tomorrow. Last week I said it'd be Wednesday.
Yeah, you said you didn't think it'd go more than
I didn't
10
go more than
days.
I didn't go more than 15th because of payroll issues.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying.
And now they've dug their trap. You know what? Let it go forever.
But how can I'm just going to ask, how can people who work for the government and they have these people who are getting paychecks, like Chuck Schumer, does his pay stop? No, no.
I think it does.
I don't think it does.
No, I don't know if that's a great question. I thought,
No, it doesn't. The politicians' paychecks don't stop.
or maybe they refuse to take them.
I don't think Chuck Schumer's refusing to take his paycheck.
I thought
That's what bothers me.
that's kind of crazy.
Is they're making
Do
decisions.
politicians lose their paychecks if the federal government is shut down? That's a great question.
I didn't ask it, so.
Yeah, but it should be no members of
There
Congress
you
do
go.
not lose their paychecks at the federal. Unlike many federal employees who are furloughed or required to work on the pay, the salaries of members of Congress are constitutionally protected.
That's my point.
Yeah,
They're letting these congressional leaders
right,
who are not suffering,
right.
who are not going through what they are, who are not being furloughed, who are not being let go.
Yeah.
They're making decisions for these people who are not being paid,
Yeah.
being forced to work without being paid.
Yeah, so
Is that not crap?
well? That's why I say you vote both sides out.
I think that's absurd.
I think the American public should give.
I think Chuck Schumer should give his check to the furloughed people who aren't getting paid.
No, I think the American public, there should be, as there is a representative for the Republican Party and there's a representative for the Democratic Party, there should be a representative for the American people. It should be a third, a third, and a third, right? And then the representative for the American people,
Because they tell it like it is.
We'll talk to the other two sides. And
Like,
say,
this
listen,
is where we are.
if it's not done by next Tuesday, okay, then we are going to vote every one of you out. That's it. And no promises, guaranteed. It's signed. We got signed petitions. We're going to vote everybody out.
Right. Well, I still think they should just take their money. If it's not signed by next Tuesday, every single Democrat in Congress, every Democratic senator, you guys have to pay for us. If that happened, they would come to an agreement a lot faster.
Average one there makes a couple $100,000 a year. Average senator House representative.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying that if they made the politicians have to pay for the salaries, they come to an agreement a lot faster.
Yeah, well, they need to be voted out.
Yeah, they do. So, gays for Palestine.
No, you can't say it anymore because Palestine is not under siege anymore.
Oh,
So you have to say
heterosexuals.
no, they're going to need to pick another cause.
Transgenders.
No. Gays for Russia. Right?
Gays for Russia.
Gays for Russia.
You can be gay in Russia. They don't
No.
put you in the gulag.
No, they don't. You can't be gay in the Arab world either.
Oh, okay.
So you're sponsoring a good cause if you're gay.
I am.
Russia.
Oh, okay. Gays for Russia. So this has been Rebel Republic. For the voice of reason, Frank Cristiano, I'm Steve Cully, the best podcast host in the universe. Remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Hey, take 2 oranges and throw them back in life. And remember, this is a revolution. You're either with us